All right, guys, you're welcome once again to another episode of The Views from the Stand. And as you know, we bring you the expert. They share their thoughts and opinions on the major talking points going on in the beautiful world of sports. Sometimes we just stay with football, and other times we go out of the arena and touch on other sports. There's been a lot of talking in boxing lately. Not basketball, sorry, Tunde Onobulu is not here. But we have Toby Dada. Now, if you follow us on the sports lounge at the beginning, Toby Dada or Dadaski, as he used to be, I mean, what you look at him now, you go back to that sports lounge, are two different persons. But it's one person in two different phases. And like I've always said, if you've not lived your life to the point where you have multiple versions of yourself, you've actually not lived. And I like it when people transform and evolve and morph, from one shifting, as my daughter will call it, to the other. But whatever it is, we're going to take all of the talking point in sports. I want to take this to Habib straight off. Habib, yesterday night, I was telling someone that Jack Wilshere is going to be the next best coach out of England. And it was like, oh, but you don't like Jack Wilshere? I said, yes, as a player, it was rubbish. It was a gifted, highly talented player who abused his talent because he didn't have one basic thing that we learned in the streets of, Nigeria playing football, and that is to raise your head. The ability to put the ball on your feet, but raise your head and see your surrounding is what made people like Andres Iniesta, Xavi, and the rest. There are only two world-class players who played above every other person's, who never raised their head, always putting their head down. The both of them are from Argentina. Armando Diego Maradona and Lionel Messi. But then the difference with those two is that their center of gravity is close to the ground, like the G-force of a race car. Having said that, though, Habib, do you agree with me when I say Jack Wilshere is going to be the best coach out of England in the future?
Okay, first of all, I think I would disagree with you on one point, that Armando Maradona never raised his head.
Did you watch Armando? So. Wait, did you watch Armando Maradona? Armando Diego Maradona. Do you know him? Do you know Maradona?
I know Maradona.
Habib, if I slap you, if I slap you, the last football that Maradona played, your mama never born you. Where were you born? So what are you disagreeing with?
The reason why I will give you a counter argument to that is when Maradona played against England, he played against England and he scored that worldie of a goal where he dribbled like half of the England field. One of his teammates, I've forgotten his name, was asking Maradona. Yeah, he was asking Maradona, like, I was free all this while. Like, why didn't you pass to me? And Maradona said, I actually saw you and I wanted to pass to you, but the England defender never gave me a chance to pass the ball to you. So in all of those dribbling, Maradona was still aware of his surroundings.
Your disagreement does not align with what I said. Maradona is such a genius that he does not need to raise his head. His head is always down. Go watch this video. That interpretation of what you just said from that interview is so good, he knows Zidane does not need to see you to give you a pass. Does that mean he's raising his head? No, he understands the game. The game moves in his own virtual reality. So as he's playing, you know where every player is going to be at. Sunday Olise is another one like that. It's a different thing from you watching from the bleachers, from the stand, and seeing this guy's not raising his head. Maradona is the reason why I became a footballer. It's the reason why I watched football. My first ever football match was the 1986 World Cup. And don't tell me anything about if I beat you, if I beat you, because you're America, I go fly come America this night, I wish. I know Benin people. I just call them now, I get my visa. Okay.
So to answer your question, if Jack Wilshere is going to be a great coach, I don't think you can easily tell until when he starts coaching. First of all, I think the caliber of coaches that come out of England, the quality is so few. It's few.
The last time I checked, my name is Ideye Matthew Esogene, and I do not need to see anything to make my predictions.
Yeah. But maybe not, but there are a lot of things that goes into coaching. First of all, there are different aspects. There's the tactical understanding of the game. You need to be tactically aware of the game. Two, there's emotional connection. How do you connect well with your players? Do you know that about Jack Wilshere? Have you seen Jack Wilshere interact with other players, connect with players from also different parts of the world? And there's also communication. How well does Jack Wilshere communicate? How well does he transmit his messages, his ideas and understanding of the game to the players? It's one thing for you to understand the game on a tactical level. And it's another thing for you to be able to communicate those ideas. And I say that because I'm a scientist. Most scientists are very, very brilliant. They understand like science, they understand everything. But you ask them to explain everything they've discovered, their findings, their research to a layman terms, and they struggle. So I don't know how Jack Wilshere may be good tactically in understanding the game, or how well does he like communicate those ideas? Have you also seen Jack Wilshere under pressure when he's under pressure, he needs to get a result, or he's under relegation fight? Or how well does he even communicate with the management? The
great coaches don't battle relegation.
Yeah,
great coaches always take it to the top. As we're speaking, before this show will be over or before it will be uploaded on the internet, Norwich City would have made an agreement with Arsenal to extricate him from his Arsenal youth team contract to start coaching the Norwich senior team. Jack Wilshere is only 31 or 32, but I'm very, very convinced that Jack Wilshere is going to be the next best thing out of England for coaching since the blood of Jesus, or probably since Jesus carried the cross from Owerri to Calvary. You may agree, you may not agree. I respect your scientist position, but I think he is going to be.
The beauty about this show is that it's always on YouTube, and we can come back maybe 10 years from now, and you've made that prediction, so come and look at it.
I'm the one who also predicted when he made his debut that he was not going to be a good football player. So I'm not surprised. This is not me trying to make up with Jack Wilshere, but I think that guy is going to make a great coach. Having said that, let me move to Bobby. Bobby, just last week or 2 weeks ago, no, it was last week where we were saying that what kind of manager would Thomas Tuchel be in the dressing room of Manchester United? And our German expert, who's currently, doing some stuff with UEFA in Lyon in Switzerland, was giving us the kind of guy. There was a word he used. I've forgotten it, but crenola. Yeah, it says a crenolaic, whatever. But eventually, I think that they listened to Mario Leo and said, the English chef is like, you know what? Let's not let him go to the house of the devil. Let's bring him to the house of the lions. And he's not the manager of 3 Lions. But then as we're talking, there is already gossip in the English media. As a member of the Manchester United board, as a personal assistant to Sir Jim Radcliffe or whatever cliff he's standing on, Bobby, please update us. Is there any plan in Manchester United to, having cut money from Sir Alex Ferguson, 2.16 million, ambassadorial jobs since 2013? Sir Alex not thief. That's a freaking criminal. But let's move on. And, cutting Christmas party and making sure that there's no money wasted. There's not enough money to employ another coach. Is Frank Thomas, the guy for Manchester United?
You've already answered the question. Doubting Thomas to Man United is a non-story. It's just, this story has been going on since the summer. In the summer when they were doing their season-long review and looking at coaches, I think Thomas Frank was speculated as one of the ones they were looking at. They never spoke to him. Up to this time, they still haven't they still haven't spoken to him. So to me, those stories, they hold no water. There's yes, people can say yes, he's a coach that is organized his teams properly, a correct setup. People were thinking that Brentford was all about Tony, but Tony has left and they're even doing better. Yes, his tactics are fine. He knows how to manage players, gets the better of the players, knows how to work with the right system. But coming to United, that is Brentford. United is a different kettle of fish. Can he handle the pressure? Can he make these players work? Can these players play for him? Because definitely they're not going to overhaul the players when he comes in. But the bottom line is that there's no correlation, there's no relationship, there are no links. It is just rumors from keyboard warriors in the press.
So let's move in one step further, and I like your microphone and the filter. You're sounding way different. I wish I can be like you. Let me take it a step further. If we get to the bridge, the day where it is decided that Erik ten Hag should go, what's the manager or who's the manager you would want to see at Manchester United? Because the day is going to come. I know that Erik ten Hag is not a good coach. The day is going to come. I know you love him. You love Man United to the death. I wish I can love a club like that. I don't think I have children, so I can't love any club like that. Sorry.
Yeah, we still have to be open because let's say clubs like Brighton have a manager right now, but they also know the next manager. So definitely any reputable organization should also have plans. Even though you feel this is the coach you want, this is the coach you want to ride with, but you should be open to, in case things don't go wrong, you should have a backup plan. Okay, who will I like to replace Ten Hag if eventually he leaves? There are three candidates I have in mind. One, we cannot get. So basically, literally is two. So the three will be.
There was the
first
one.
one is not.
What's the one that you cannot get?
Nagelsmann is the one we can't get because there's
Okay.
nowhere no matter what we offer him, he can't leave the World Cup and come to United, which is a mess. Then you have Amorim, who is now being linked to City. Then the third one is Xavi. Apart from that, there's nobody I see.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I think you've mentioned very good names. And then CAF have come at let me go to China on this one. CAF have come out with the last three names for the Ballon d'Or of Africa, or the African Footballer of the Year award. It seems like it's a Nigerian thing, and we'll be shocked if one guy out of nowhere who's not been an African for a while and all of a sudden come out of nowhere and sneak in and take it off the hands of the two Nigerians that are there. There is Ademola Lookman, who, for me, I've already given him the award. Then there is Victor Boniface. And then there is Brahim Diaz. Okay. Just for the sake of talk, who are you picking first, second, and third? But, I mean, I think the whole house will agree that Ademola Lookman is number one. But, I mean, let me come to you, China.
You just like causing trouble. If you know that the whole world has number 1, 2, and 3, why are you asking me again?
No, we have number one. We don't know 2 and 3.
I think Ademola Lookman will win it. I think he's going to win it.
So who comes second?
I will also go for Victor Boniface, according to Carragher.
Yeah.
Right, in second place before Brahim Diaz. Yeah.
Habib, your top 3 African Footballer of the Year.
I think I only have top 2. Ademola Lookman, Victor Boniface, and the third one wasn't even an African earlier this year, so I don't know why it's been considered.
Oh my God. This is xenophobic. Bobby, how far?
Obviously, first choice would be Lookman, but I think Diaz will come second and Boniface will come third.
Now let me go to the big elephant in the room. Dada, I'm in shock seeing this Dada compared to the last Dada that I saw. But Dada, when it comes to boxing, I don't know anybody in the world half as good as you. And some boxing bouts have gone on. The one I really wanted you to talk about was Anthony Joshua, but with our time difference, for those of you watching, we are afternoon here, and this man is just waking up where he is. So the time is very, very different for it. So it's not like he's not wanting to be part of the show. It's just that I had to drag him off his bed. Now, Joshua, first question is, should Joshua retire, or there is still a world champion in Anthony Joshua? Second question is, the guy that was punched and his head depressed, forgotten is this last fight that we saw. Now they are saying that the glove that was used is tampered or something is wrong and all that. At what point in boxing should we say, you know what, this thing should stop? Punches to the head and the face should stop. It should just go from the shoulders down to the waist.
You said the second question, but the second question is what I want to try to.
Would we? I mean, you saw in wrestling when Owen Hart died. Is it? Yeah, Owen Hart died.
Yeah, Owen Hart. Yeah.
They started doing tests for concussion. They started changing the way they were fighting, even though wrestling was entertainment. But I'm seeing somebody punch someone and they scored depressed. Are we going to get to a point where boxing will say, you know what? No more punches to the head anymore. Or probably let's start wearing head jab. Because, come on, since they punch Deontay Wilder's ear, the man has become a monozozo. It's lost it. and I know many people like that. Muhammad Ali, by punches got Parkinson and a lot. So I'm thinking, at what point would we say, you know what? Let's change the rules. This punching to the head is not good.
Well, violence is the game. Violence is the game. there has to be a prize. These are professionals, and um, you have to learn how to survive for as long as possible in the game. I will take a cue from John Jones, though he's not a boxer, but a renowned UFC fighter, Hall of Famer, arguably for many UFC fans, they will put him in that pedestal. Is you have to learn how not to get punched in the head so that you don't get punch drunk. Like you have to learn how to weave punches, how to ensure that you have your reflexes on point. And he said something. John Jones is one very tough guy. I don't want to say the MF word.
No, you can't
Very
actually. You can't. You're allowed to curse, yeah. You're allowed to.
So, and for John Jones, what I have always thought is John Jones is someone that would say he wants to, the UFC, you're allowed to break arms, for example. He said he wants to break the arms and hear it crack. That's the kind of evil that is in this man. And when I listen to this man say, there was a time he would go to the gym to train, and then he would come back with a headache. That over time he started saying, okay, if I actually do this, that means I have done something wrong. So you see that these guys at the top, they are also thinking about longevity. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. You see Floyd Mayweather from pretty boy, he
The king of
evolved to,
shoulder roll.
I'm telling you, he evolved to Money May. And with that, even as pretty boy, he was pretty boy because he knew how to ensure he did not get punched as much as his colleagues. Same thing with the world class boxing match we saw last weekend, Dimitri Bivol versus Otto Beterbiev. You see, Dimitri Bivol, though they didn't punch as hard as Otto Beterbiev, and Beterbiev had way more punches thrown than Dimitri Bivol. He couldn't land a lot of his punches. So what I'm just trying to drive out is boxing is a professional sport. Boxers must learn how to stay in the heart of the game, which is hit and don't get hit. The beauty of the game is to see people that are actually able to stay in the pocket without getting hit. And boxers need to go back to that heart to draw from that, to drink from that water. Let me put it that way. So that's what I would really like to see boxing continue to become. For Fraser Clark, it's very unfortunate because that big overhand right that gave him that dent was a punch from the gods, to be candid. And I wish him speedy recovery. And if for his health sake he no longer gets to fight, I hope he has insurance and other plans outside boxing to cater to his family and so on. But it's the game, and they are professionals. So it's just like hazard with any kind of job you get to do. This is the hazard of this sport, and I just hope that the heart of this sport is not tampered with. We want to see more gods. We want to see more teeth fly out from boxers. We want to see them show that yes, they are at the top and they are able to compete with the very best. And that's what I want to see Fabio Wadley move on to compete with the likes of Alexander Usyk is already on a pedestal on his own, but maybe fight with people like Daniel Dubois, um, 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 the Chinese juggernaut. I've forgotten his name.
Zhang, Big Bang Zhang.
Yeah,
Big Bang Zhang. Yeah.
Yeah, Big Bang Zhang. Then our Congolese brother here. I don't know why the names are not coming now. But those boxers, I would like him to move on to that level and really show that he is at the top. Then to your first question for Anthony Joshua, I think me, I really did like Joshua. You get what I mean? And
Yeah, I know.
the reasons are obvious because Joshua actually brought, I would say, I'll credit him for bringing life back into heavyweight boxing.
True.
Because you wouldn't see even the night when it got flattened, you had about 98,000 people in the arena. You wouldn't see someone who can put butts in the seat like that compared to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is just one of a kind. He speaks so well. He knows how to market the sport, but he's no Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is someone that did lend that heart and then was also able to stay true to the game. But I became very critical of Anthony Joshua after the first Alexander Usyk. The Andy Ruiz loss, yes, deserved, because he probably didn't understand what boxing was, but you saw his reaction after that loss. He went quiet. He went into the lab. He went to work. But after the Alexander Usyk loss, he just came. He started visiting boxing gyms. Was doing some very weird stuff, like letting Eddie Hearn pick his team, pick his next coach, just doing things that, if you're actually serious with your craft, you shouldn't be doing. Then he got to do that. He got the second loss. After the second loss, it just became a normal thing. Like, okay, I can now lose. I have been busted. So what else? Then yes, he had a little bit of good stint, flattening them, Francis Ngannou, and then the casuals were like, yeah, he's back. And I remember an interview with Alexander Usyk when people were already touting for around three beating from Alexander Usyk. And Usyk was like, come on, Francis Ngannou is not a boxer. They are two different sports, the UFC or the MMA and boxing. They are two different sports. You cannot use that performance to actually think Anthony Joshua will now come and beat standard boxers like him and Tyson Fury. So when he got flattened by Daniel Dubois, you could see the cockiness, the attitude, even prior to the fight. Then that was carried into the ring, him sticking out his tongue to people outside the ring. You could just see that this man has smelled enough of his own fat to think that he's actually at that top level. It's no longer there. And in boxing, you don't get beaten like that and just quickly rise back to the top. It's a game that tells on your physical well-being, and it's gotten beaten like that. And I think for me, I would say it's time to call it quits. It's time to call it quits.
Well, I'm with you on that one as well. I want Joshua to pack his bag and probably be doing promotion, be doing exhibition, be doing some of that things, but definitely not major fights anymore. But before I let you go, in 1 minute, our time is running out. Would we ever see the Fury Joshua fight that everybody in England is fighting for at Wembley or in Saudi Arabia somewhere? Fury Joshua.
I think that fight has lost its steam. I think it has lost its steam. Fury Joshua, Joshua Wilder, no more. It has lost its steam. Those guys have sort of docked each other for too long, and it's time to just turn the page on that horrible era of boxing. They didn't want to fight each other. They made boxing fans salivate for so long, and they are all at least we can say for a certain, Joshua and Wilder are no longer at their prime. They've been found out. Tyson Fury has a second shot in December to try to reclaim his belt, which I do not think he's going to. So let's just turn the page. No more, please.
Can I come to you with this one? Ahmed Musa, the last time we talked about him, you were worried. Oh, is he going to play away matches? Is he going to go on a private jet? Is he going to fly while the players are on the road? Well, he's proved us wrong. It's shown that, look, I am in, I've got a skin in the game, and he went with the team on the road. And we saw what happened in Enugu. I cannot remember any team ever going to Enugu to score 4 goals. But they did. Canopilas. Ahmed Musa, Shehu Abdullahi, and soon to be announced Brown Ideye injection into the MPFL. What does it feels like for you? I mean, there's nobody amongst us who's followed Nigerian league like you. Even me that played in the league, not gone to as many games as you have gone in Nigerian league. What does it feel like?
I was at home minding my business. That day when I got the message, I said the message was simple. Are you following what's going on in Enugu? Ahmed Musa don't dribble everybody for Enugu, even referee and linesman. So I couldn't look at it and at halftime it was 4-0 to Caterpillars. Musa had gotten one goal, he had caused 2 penalties. It was massive. Now, I think the league needs things like this. Yes, I was worried we go for away games. But I was in New York and I heard from a close friend of his who said, right now, Ahmed Musa has told himself that his career is winding down. He has no plan to go back to Europe or Middle East. So he wants to enjoy his football. He was going to fly to any venue that has a stadium, an airport, and he had already made inquiries before they left Kano for Uyo last week. And was asking how long by road from Uyo to Enugu so I can join the team bus and go to Enugu with them. He had made those arrangements, private security that would follow the team just in case. So he wants to play and enjoy the league once again. So we're going for away games in Port in Lagos, in those towns that have airports, and for nearby away games in Katsina, in Kaduna,
Just
close by. He's going to go for those games. Now, just too. When I saw the highlight, I didn't watch the game live. When I saw the highlights, I could only just smile. Musa had a field day.
oh
There's only one
God, Musa
governor, and that's Ahmed
is
Musa.
really the governor.
No, there's only one governor, and 4-0 at halftime at the Cathedral. Like you said, I don't know when any team had done that before, right? But what it is. Hopefully, Ideye signs next week. Hopefully, he was at the Rivers United game yesterday. By the shooting stars, he was at the stadium yesterday. He had spoken to Finidi George, the coach of Rivers United, and Finidi said, "Just come into town, just knock the ball with us for one training session," which he did on Wednesday morning, "and watch our game on Thursday. If after these two, you still want to play for us, let's talk." And I sat with Brown there at the stadium yesterday. I asked him, "So you trained yesterday, you're watching the game today. What do you think?" He said he wants to play the game, wants to play the league. So hopefully they're going to get to an agreement, and by Sunday, maybe Monday, hopefully Brown Day will be announced. And Brown has told me that with what Ahmed Musa is doing at Shehu Abdullahi, once he comes in, he mentioned about 2 or 3 other players that want to come in, who are around, that want to come in too. And it's just like what the Brazilians do, the Argentines do. When it doesn't work for them in Europe, they go back home. At this stage, I don't think Ideye or Musa are here for the money that the league can pay them.
No. Definitely not.
It's not. So
they're adding value, pure value.
Yes,
pure value,
yes,
yeah.
And enjoy what is left of their days. And of course, the league gets value for it. I was happy what happened at Enugu, and that's what I'm saying. The game to watch this weekend is definitely Kano. Kano Pillars are playing at home to Kwara United. Why is that the game to watch? The governor will play. And today, I start my campaign. The Chan Eagles will start their qualifying matches in December. That's the home-based Eagles for the home-based Nations Cup. Only one man deserves to captain that team. One man. We know his name. He's the governor.
Oh, that would be nice to get him captain that team.
If you can get Musa in that team, you can get Brown Ideye in that team, you can get Shehu Abdullah in that team, you can get John Ogu. Yes, I'm mentioning some names now. You can get John Ogu in that team, you can get Ogeyo Nazi in that team. These are the ones that want to come back to the league. That will be the chance team.
Whoa.
And there's only one captain of that team.
Then we're going to win it. We're going to win it then. They haven't said that we don't have time anymore, but let's look at a few fixtures. Tottenham Hotspur playing against West Ham at home at 3 Point Lane. Bobby, quick one. We have just 2 more minutes to the end of this show. Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham. What's your take?
Tottenham should get a win. Had a bad result last week. I think they will bounce back, and West Ham are not that good on the road. So
you have faith in Tottenham. Okay, now.
Not faith. It's not faith. It's not faith.
Wow, you carry basket.
What about the club formerly known as Manchester United?
It's still Manchester United. Come on, man.
Oh, really?
I was going there now.
Sorry.
Liverpool people.
Sorry.
Be calming down. Okay. Fulham, Aston Villa to going to Fulham. What's your take, Habib?
Aston Villa to win.
Ipswich Town, Everton. Dada, even though you're not really a football person.
I don't watch football anymore.
Okay.
Anymore.
I love that. Nah.
Anymore.
Oh, man.
China, Manchester United, Brentford. Old Trafford.
Why you go ask China to
The club formerly known as Manchester United. Let's say it right.
What are they currently known as? Ineos FC?
Okay. The former football club called Manchester United.
Okay.
I don't agree. As
Okay, I don't know.
So what are you expecting in that game?
I don't know, but United, they're at home, is Brentford.
And what's with the home? What's with the home? Does Manchester United beat people at home?
A draw.
Brentford have lost all 3 away games this season.
You don't start.
They did play,
That's how you came
United.
here and gave us statistics that time.
They did play United.
But it's facts. It's facts.
That's how you gave us Liverpool statistics. We know how the score end. That's how you gave us Tottenham statistics. Now 3-0 in a bit now. You've come. I like your microphone. Let me see.
I pray Brentford grants me my wish and they just beat us.
Nah, it won't happen. It's not happening.
Okay.
These are the kind of games that United win. Obviously.
Yes.
Newcastle Brighton. I throw it to everybody.
Newcastle Brighton. Newcastle to win. Yeah, it's St. James Park.
Okay. Southampton Leicester. I think Leicester will win, in my opinion.
We know Southampton hasn't won a game, but
they will still not win.
Southampton might do something. They
might get Arsenal going away to Bournemouth. Arsenal might get burnt too.
Nah, Arsenal win.
Arsenal
win.
Paris Saint-Germain, Strasbourg.
PSG, Strasbourg, PSG.
All right, that's all we have time for, guys.
Chelsea, Liverpool. What of Chelsea, Liverpool?
Let's leave that one for the gods. The gods decide.
Liverpool, Chelsea. You mean
one thing I will say. This is today makes it 10 years to Gerrard's sleep against Chelsea.
Oh God,
maybe there will be another sleep.
Okay, so let's just have peace. Chelsea might win anyway. Chelsea might win.
At Anfield.
At Anfield, yeah.
Nottingham Forest won there. The Forest
won there now. So what's on this one?
Are
you making it look like Anfield is one place?